We are back. Okay, so what's going on, guys? My name is Jay Sean. I am a. Let me just bookmark that real quick. Okay, so what's going on, guys? My name is Jay Sean. I am currently working in finance, but I've been learning software development for the past couple of years. Actually, it's been on and off for the past couple of years, and just about a year ago, I decided to take it seriously. So, I started off with the front end side of things. I didn't really like it too much. Honestly, I got discouraged, and then I jumped back in, and now we're doing back end work. So I am pretty much just documenting my journey live and displaying the ups and downs. One key thing is I do use AI, but not in the sense of like, hey, write this code for me. Just more so, I actually have a project that I built with it, with ChatGPT, that basically tells it to act as a senior engineer that's kind of mentoring me. So I bring any issues that I have to chat. Now, there may be better ways of doing this. I know that using AI to learn is sometimes frowned upon, but I'm just making sure that I don't use it to kind of build for me, rather teach me where I'm going wrong and correct my misunderstandings. So I am currently building a invoice management system, I should say, for my job to try to make it easier to track what invoices came in and which ones are missing. So I'm doing hexagonal architecture. I'm learning hexagonal architecture while building this project. Um, so without further ado, I guess let's get into it. Um, let's get some music going. I do not want the AirPods connected to the laptop. There we go. Yeah, I guess I would have to play music for myself because I don't want to get copyrighted. I want the streams to be up there. But if you want to know what I'm listening to, man, I got some Jay-Z going on right now. I'm big on music. I love music. And so you can see it right here. But yes, sir. Let's get into it. So right now I'm building a use case or a service method. Is really the same thing, or service class. Right now I'm doing the update invoice schedule. So I'm just gonna make a new class. Update invoice schedule service. Okay. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Make sure you guys can see this. Let's see. Did I create the use case for it? I did. We have that. Okay, so we just need the ID. Implement. Oops. Update. Use case. Could have sworn I could get it to. Yeah, never mind. Could have sworn that I could have got it to create the method for me, but it's whatever. A little manual work ain't hurt nobody. Let's make sure. What is this titled? Did I title the stream? Did not title the stream. How about we do that? Learning. Architecture. Shout out to chat. What's he saying about tags? Spring Boot, Java, Backend. Do I need the hashtag? I don't know. Development. Good enough. Can't just do English. Probably could have done this before I started the stream. But here we are. I said I'll need that. We could probably do that later. Sure. Alright. There we go. Cool, stream quality still good. Alright. Back to it. Private final. We are bringing in the schedule gateway. Create the constructor. That should be a lowercase. Come on now. Cool. And now, what do I call it? invoice schedule. Am I tweaking? Yeah. What's the return type? I should just. This new keyboard. It's gonna throw me for one. Okay. Now, what is the best way? What is the best practice for updating? The best practice for updating main objects using DD and Hexagonal Architecture. Best practice is to load an aggregate via a repository interface, invoke explicit business methods on the aggregate to alter its state, save it back to the repository. Handle persistence in the infrastructure layer, execute business methods, no setters. Avoid exposing state through anemic getter setter methods, which pushes. So I should do where's the invoice schedule? So I should do, oops, I don't know what I did right there. There we go. Activate, deactivate. We have update, stat, update, vendor ID. Probably should take in more than the ID then. Should probably take in another whole object. Why is the bitrate so heavy? Am I lagging? But I don't want to watch a whole video. What does this say? I'm trying to implement these two architectures together, Java and Spring. Understanding my application has structured two zones inside and outside the hexagon domain. Yeah, this is not what I need. Let's see. The use case episode, yeah. Withdraw command, public void execute, withdraw. Common pitfalls, anemic domain models. Do not let your use cases extract data, perform calculations, and push data back. Keep the logic inside the entity. Z or column out of your code. Okay, so in this example, is the withdraw command object I don't even know how to spell dilemma, but my dilemma is that my dilemma is that I am my dilemma is that I'm attempting to implement the whatchamacallit. Attempting to implement the update use particular fine as tonight. Type shit, man. What's up? That's funny. That is funny, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know if you're still in here, but bro, that trip took me out. Boy, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, I rode that motorcycle, bro, through the I gotta say rode the motorcycle because I don't want no pause or nothing going on like that. But yeah, dude. I ain't gonna lie. When I was putting the link in, I was actually thinking like, damn, yeah, bro told me I ain't had that link in last time. But yeah, bro, here go it's the grind. The grind. Chad, what you on today, buddy? Rody? I'm passing. Type shit. Type shit. Hey, appreciate you tapping in, though. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you tapping in, though, man. I'd say this stuff ain't, I don't know how long I'm gonna be rolling with, like, 0 viewers or 1 viewer and all that, bro. But it is what it is, man. We're just trying to get some stuff out there. From the persistence layer. I don't even know if you can see this. Oh, now you can, probably. Only passing in the... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, bro, it's kind of small. Like... Yeah, I think this probably... This is big as hell, though. I ain't gonna lie. This is... I feel like I'm old. But I'm only passing the ID to query object from the persistence layer. Hey, bro, let's get it, man. I'm Weekend Warrior, bro. Let's get it on. Let's get it next Friday, bro. Or I guess Saturday. I'm lit. I'm ready to go. Ready to go. It's funny. Low key, I tried to find some IPAs out there in Chicago. I found only one, bro. Lagunitas. I had no idea what that was beforehand. It's decent. It's decent. It ain't no church music though. Surely ain't no church music. The Lagunitas? You had it before? Type. Yeah, bro, I gotta pull up to a Circle K and get some of that church music. That shit. Decent. I was low key killing shit in cool. Bro, the Guinness. Hey, I don't know how you do that Guinness, dude. You already know. You already know. That Guinness is crazy. The watered down Guinness, man. Hey, it didn't choose. You didn't choose it, but it chose you. Bro, hey, he's low key chill, dog. Like that dude he's chill as hell. Like dude, he's chill as hell. The reason that we had met him, bro, check this, right? We had rented a bike out there. I think I might have told you already, but we had rented a bike out there. We were riding on Lakeshore Drive. My homie hit a pothole so hard that he messed up the rim. Like, he just fucked up the rim. We took it to Brian and was like, yo, what can you do with this, dog? Bro was like, he gave us some real advice. Nah, that would be crazy, though. But he gave us some real advice, bro. Like, yo, like, he's like, bro, I'm not touching this rim. like if I didn't know that it was a rental, ain't no way I'm touching this rim. You just gonna have to bring it back to bro. But Brody tall as hell, and I ain't even recognize him. My homie was like, hey, are you Brian? He like, yeah. Like, he seemed like he ain't want us to know. But I don't know, bro. He's chill as hell, man. The Misguided shop is low key, iconic, it's goated. But yeah, that's about it. Meeting Jigsaw would be crazy though. I think he's an old guy, bro. Like he's older. Hey, give me a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little minute on the bikes, man. Give me a little minute. I gotta hit the lotto, or this shit gotta take off. I ain't claiming old till we hit 30, man. Pushing 30, you know, we get in there. You know what I mean? We get in there. But then when I hit 30, I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm be telling you, I'm gonna be like, bro, 30 is a new 21. I just found my youth. Let's see, what am I? I am the only passive something. Is that something? But yeah, man, I'm trying to build this this doggone like invoicing app for my job. I'm trying not to have Chat GPT like, you know what I'm saying, do everything. Hell yeah. Alright, bro, you be smooth, man. You know the vibes. Appreciate you tapping in. What? Oh, wait. This the chat right here, bro. I ain't even do nothing. I ain't even do nothing. I already explained it in the at the beginning of the stream. But alright though, Brody. I got you, man. I knew it. I knew you were talking about the chat, bro. I knew it. But alright though, bro. Some sort of persistence object to the In this architecture, you should never pass a persistence object into the service method. Doing so leaks database implementation details into your application core, which completely defeats the purpose of hexagonal architecture. Instead, you should pass a command object containing the ID and the data needed for the update. Yeah. I knew it's so yeah, that's the one. If you're doing a generic update where a user can change multiple optional fields, like a user profile update, the pattern stays exactly the same. Okay. User ID and optional new fields. The service loads the user profile. The service passes the new data into a specific domain method. Interesting. Okay, so interesting. Use case. What do you call it? Interface. Use case interface. Is implemented by service class. Should this interface no, I think this would be for each update operation. update username. That would mean if username is present in the update profile command, that would be okay. Okay, so basically, what I was asking it, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm supposed to update domain objects or entities within. I guess those are two different things, but how I'm supposed to update the domain objects without any persistence layer leakage into the actual core, because as this thing, whatever AI model this is, explained that would defeat the whole purpose of hexagonal architecture. So basically what I am confirming is so first off, I should have some type of object, which they call them command objects. Let me see if there's a better name for that. Okay, so it's a DTO. It's just a DTO. So they call the DTOs commands. This is so weird, but they call the DTOs commands. Okay, so then I would create that DTO and make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Okay, yeah, so create that DTO and let that DTO have all of the fields of the optional fields, because I'm going to make just one. I'm not going to make a separate method for each update, each field to update. So it contains all the optional fields, and then within the service class, we're going to verify what is actually present within that DTO, and for all of the present fields, we should call a corresponding update method from the actual domain object. So in that case, it is, let's see, so like this, instead of this being schedule ID, I should actually create some type of DTO to pass in here, and then like here I have like an activate or a deactivate method, update track invoice key. So I'll just be checking if these fields are pretty much present, and then if they are present, I'm just calling these methods. I believe that is how this should go. Let me see if, let's see. Avoid if-else checkers in the service. If your application service implementation code looks like this, you have accidentally leaked change tracking logic into your application layer. The service is now deciding how the profile updates rather than just telling the profile to update itself. Okay. The best practice, pass the delta to the domain. Instead of having the service check the fields, pass the command or domain-specific representation of the changes directly into a single domain method and let the domain object handle its own state changes. Okay. Use Java optional or nullable fields to represent what the user wants to change. Okay. Service implementation. The service remains completely clean. It fetches, delegates to the domain, and saves. It contains no if statements. So then the domain object has an update. No username. Interesting. By pushing the if present checks into the profile update domain method, your logic is unit testable. You can thoroughly test profile updates using pure lightning fast domain unit tests without mocking repositories or services. Changing the email requires clearing a verified flag. That logic stays inside change email. Interesting. Okay, so I hate how I have to do this every time. Let's go with, I'm gonna have to create a new one. Jeez, it's not what I want to do. Okay, so update invoice schedule command, and this should have, let me see. Yeah, it's literally just a DTO, so it's just okay. UUID invoice. Can't even see this. Invoice schedule ID, and then this should be start doing the optional stuff. And then Lowercase versus uppercase Boolean. I believe the uppercase. Case versus uppercase Boolean in Java. Is that the former primitive? Okay, yeah, it could be null. So let's do. Oh my goodness. Active. Okay. And so now, all of this can be updated. Which should take in. Can it take in the command? Should it take in the command is the question. So you put the optional in the okay, so what if okay, so here's my thing, right? So I saw this thing about having too many parameters when creating a method. So I'm wondering if I should pass in the whole command object and just make it optional, and then for each field use is if present and change the name, or I mean update the field. Because I know that it'll probably work, but I wonder if is that doing something that I shouldn't be doing, but it's going to cause issues in the long run. Let's just try it out. See what happens. If I don't see anything wrong, then I am going to I'm gonna ask. I hate the silent killers. Okay. So that would be okay, so my bad if y'all can't see this. So do this every time. Okay, so how does this go? So can't do that. So this would have to be interesting. So I can't do that if I wanted to. We don't need the ID, but we do need this. That's ugly. I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm doing this wrong. Not a statement. Okay. So I know what's wrong with this. Expected no arguments, but found one. What the? What do you mean? Oh, is present and if present is two different things. Okay. Track invoice key. This makes things kind of easy. Update occurrence rule. Present. I wonder if this is feeling too easy. I feel like I'm getting set up right now. Well, we need to make an update payment terms. Yeah, we need to make an update payment terms. Method. Public void payment terms. I need to figure out what payment terms. Do we have any validation in payment terms? Yeah, okay. Let's stop payment terms are equal. What's wrong with that? Oh, it's final. Shouldn't be final. Okay. have to do it like this. Let's see if I'm able to. I can't do that. Cannot infer functional interface type. Well, that sucks. Let's see what if present is about. If it exists. If present, conditional logic inside standard if blocks. Yeah, I might need to use is present, and let's see. I can't do that. If the value is present, returns true. I need to. What the hell? What the hell? Oh my goodness. How do I use my keyboard one-on-one? Why the fuck is this not working? I thought I was tweaking. Okay, so don't need 30 minutes on that. Wait, okay, let me see. When I use if present or no, you should not use a boolean that has two different paths, because those methods only check if value exists, not what. I need both. If your space to execute different method space, or else get optional status. If present. keeps it only if true, turns false into optional.empty. Wrapping a boolean inside an optional is generally considered a code smell in Java because booleans already have two states, true, false. Adding an optional introduces a third state, empty, which often leads to messy conditional logic shown above. To help narrow down the best snippet, what should happen if the optional is empty? Should it execute a false method, or do you need a third behavior entirely? Interesting. So if the boolean is empty, nothing should happen. This is for an update method that takes Okay. Since nothing should happen if the wrapper is empty, you should use a standard conditional logic inside an if present block. This perfectly handles your DTO update scenario. This field is omitted, the entire block is skipped if the field is provided. Bro, that's exactly what I guess it's not exactly. Okay, so that was with the if present, right? So it'll be if present, and you take the value. Okay, so that works. So if let's just do it. So if value forgot I was on stream. A container object which may or may not contain a non-null value. If a value is present returns true. Additional methods. This is a value. Okay, so there's nothing wrong necessarily. It's just yeah. So with this one, yeah. Okay, so I think that takes care of the updates from the domain object. so that they're not leaking out. So that means that this should now, actually let's go to the use case. And this should now be probably a void. No, let's leave it as the result. And then update. This is the command. And now this should be command. Okay, so first we are going to need to load. Okay, yeah, so first we're going to need to load the invoice schedule. So invoice schedule equals invoice schedule gateway dot find by ID, and we are going to pass in command dot now. It's optional, so should that be placed? When do I need it to be optional here? I don't think that it should be. Actually. And then we call invoice schedule dot updates. And can we I think that's right. And then now we should just save. And return. So I don't need to do that. I can just so invoice schedule, let's call it saved, equals invoice schedule gateway dot save. Let's see that invoice schedule. Now we're going to map update schedule result dot of saved dot get ID, saved dot get vendor ID, saved dot track invoice key, saved dot recurrence rule, what's next? Active payment terms. And then we're just gonna return. Okay. Alright, so I think that's it. Took me 1 hour and 22 minutes to do that. Well, maybe less than. But, okay, so just a little recap of what we did. The whole goal today was to implement this use case to update the invoice schedule. In terms of this project, the invoice schedule, I don't even know if I explained the project really. Basically, like I said, it's an invoice calculator. The whole goal of, I'm not an invoice calculator, an invoice management system. The whole goal of this was to create some type of management system so that we can, or so that I can track which invoices come in and which invoices I have not received at my job. So the whole invoice schedule is that domain object is nothing but like a parent class that defines basically the invoice. So how it works is you have a invoice schedule, and within that invoice schedule you give it a vendor, you give it a tracked invoice key, which is pretty much the title of the invoice. So for example, say you're paying Comcast and you're paying a specific account, so that tracked invoice key would be probably just the account number. And then you have a recurrence rule, which basically is just it looks like, I don't know. But basically the occurrence rule is how often the invoice needs to be paid. And that kind of coincides or ties into when it's going to be generated. And then you have, let's see, the payment terms, which payment terms are like net 30, net 0, net 10, all of that. It determines when the payment is due. And then we have an active Boolean. So basically this invoice schedule is like the parent, and it helps determine when a invoice should be generated to let me know that, hey, did you receive this or not? So what we did was create a updates use case for it so that the client can send updates to the invoice schedule. If I sound confused, it's because I am. But I believe that this works. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this stream. I will be streaming more consistently, so be on the lookout.